So this is the Assin Manso slave market site. I'm going to see and hear the history of how our forefathers were tortured here and where they also had their last bath before being taken to the castles for shipping to the new world. Join me, let's take this tour.
So we're not going to start the tour right now. We're waiting for the friends. Would you want to sit for the tour or you want to stand for the tour?
At this stage, we are given an orientation as to the history of the place and how things went on over there before we are taken to the riverside.
Because of the space, we don't have enough space in here.
We were then taken to the mimosa plant. Amen.
Okay, I told you about the mimosa plant, right?
Yeah.
You see, during the discourse of the trade, sometimes when you look at it, like when you read some history books, it seems like our people never fought. They just gave up and say, hey, take them away. No, that is not true. We did. So we built fortress in order to save our people. Some moved to the mountainous areas, like the Ekropons, the Kwaus, the Shais, and the rest. So when they were on top of the mountains and they see the raiders coming through the valley, they rolled big stones at them, so that they don't even get to them at the top. In the northern place, they built defense walls, surround their communities and their farms. And the entrance to the village is as short like this. So you can't walk straight to the village, you have to crawl on your belly. So when you are a raider and you have a gun, you have to put the gun down, crawl, and they will capture you. So nobody got into there. Others were in the caves. But those that were in the caves, it was so difficult for them to come out because they don't know who is waiting for them. But it got to a point of survival. If I stay, I'll die. So why don't I come out and get something to eat? So those groups resorted to planting of the mimosa plant. They planted it along a strategically placed positions to surround their caves. So it was the plant that tells them, come out or stay indoors. So whenever they wanted to come out, are you answering my friend?
He says, come.
You, yeah. Oh, to me. I want to show you something.
It's all right. It's all
Please,
good. Yeah.
you could all join.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to touch this and let's see. Wait, touch this. Can you touch this? Can you touch it? Just touch it, take your hand off. What do you see?
So the mimosa plant has this trait of shrinking when someone touches it, and it is said that that was what our forefathers used to give them a signal that the enemy was coming around.
Such a good baby. Good baby boy.
Okay, so we are walking towards the ancestral river park where our forefathers were giving their last bath before they were taken to the castles.
Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go. When that Pharaoh chariot comes, I'm gonna leave you bound for the promised land. I'm gonna leave you.
So we are still journeying to the river side where our forefathers were giving their last bath before they were taken to the dungeons.
I'll meet you in the morning.
We have some cocoa here, very big sized cocoa.
Jordan, bound for the promised land. I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave you.
We have the stool room. If you are Ghanaian, you should know what a stool room is. That will be another story for another day. So this is the river. The last bath of our forefathers were taken over here. Imagine this hot weather. Even when you bath at home, you still feel very hot. They take their last bath over here, and that's it. They are taken to their castles and they never bath again till the day they are shipped. and it's very sad.
In here was where the first auction and the first branding took place. In here was where our ancestors were made to take their last bath. So when they brought them in here, they used the rivers to wash them. Now, just like you can see, the river have the name the last bath, because and this river has the first bath of return. The two rivers are two separate rivers, they're not the same river. Yeah, this river became the slave river, and it is a stagnant one, it doesn't move. And that river became Ama Emisa. Ama Emisa is the female version of this river. Basically, in this place, they took their last bath before they went through the auctioning in here and the auction and the branding before they be taken to the dungeons. Over here, you were buried. Our ancestors were buried because they thought it was over. But little did they know that those that they buried are not what they think they are, but instead they were seed, and those seed has grown to become the tree standing in front of us now. So today, when we have the chance to come to the rivers of our ancestors, it becomes a river of prayer. So we normally don't use this river because it is a sacred river. It is for our ancestors, and we prefer our ancestors to be left alone to have some peaceful rest. But so far that we've come back home, we have to let the world know that this place can never be our last bath, but it's always going to be our first bath of return. So with the first bath of return comes with its own set of rituals. What do we do when we get here? I always want you to go back as the better version of yourself. So when you get to the river and you could touch or stand in the river, when you stand in the river, you screen your own self. Every trait on you which is not good and you want to let go, you speak it out in the river and let it go. After it, you put your hands in the river, you bless it. I don't know what you use your hand for, but you bless it. You bless your eye to see, you bless your ear for spirit of discernment, and you bless your mouth to speak. So this is all that we do. I always say that everything that I've said does not come closer to what our ancestors endured.
And finally, it was time to enter the river for our first bath.
Turn your talks to active here. So you don't leave them.
Now, do you have the drone that goes with it?
Okay, so you just travel all over.
Yeah, when I have the time.
And your name?
Fafa.
Fafa?
Yes.
Okay.
Fafa is Ewe.
Ewe. Okay.
Yes, from the tribe Ewe.
Okay, so that's east.
Volta region.
Yes. We were there.
This is the river where our forefathers were giving their last bath. As you can see, the rains have started, and because of that, the river has flooded a bit. We have some people from diaspora who are our sisters and brothers that were once upon a time taken out by the slave masters. And these are the descendants of some of those people who were taken out as slaves. They have come back to learn about the history of Ghana and of how their forefathers struggled here before being sent to the New World. So this is the river.
I noticed they were very happy after their first ritual bath. Yes, they deserve it.
Now you can take your pictures if you want to.
After the ritual bath, I spoke with some of them. Let's go listen to what they had to say.
Yeah. So I would like to know how you feel after this ritual.
I feel a lot better. Spiritually, I feel like something inside me has changed. So I like the experience. it felt different, you know. I think that coming back here and doing this is something that we needed to do. You know what I mean?
And which country did you come from?
America.
America.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
actually
I see.
made you come here?
We was just seeing that a lot of people were going to Ghana and they was talking about doing this and going back. We always wanted to go back to Africa because we wanted to know our history and what went on in Africa and what's going on. Let me stand up and step up here. We always wanted to know what Africa was and where we came from. So you want to come back to see, you know, what happened, you know what I mean, or how did we get put over there, what was the disconnect from us and y'all.
Okay, thank you very much. Would you like to speak?
Sure.
The feeling
Peace.
of coming here.
Peace.
You feel peace?
Yeah, I feel peace.
Okay. So which country are you also coming from?
I'm from America. My family is from America and from Barbados.
Okay. So why did you also come?
Same thing. I wanted to tour all parts of Africa and learn the history, but more so see it up close and personal. In America, they tend not to educate us about our past. It's almost like they're trying to wash out the bad and telling us to move on. I think it's time for me just to go back home and find out more.
Okay. So how long have you been in Ghana?
We've been in Ghana since Sunday. Since Monday. So yesterday we got here.
Okay. So how about the food? How are you adjusting?
The food is good. I don't have to ingest. Although I live in America, I've already had food from Ghana and Nigeria, and, so I'm good. Nice, spicy, not too salty, seasoned well.
Okay. What about the people? How do you feel like mixing with them or something like that? How do you feel?
Most of the people I've met so far are very pleasant. And, if I'm not speaking, they're asking me where I'm from, as if they don't think I'm from America. Maybe I'm from the Caribbean islands or somewhere like that. I said, no, I'm from America.
Okay. So when are you going back?
We go back on Sunday night. And hopefully we can return again sooner or later.
Okay. But you don't know when you'll be returning?
Next year. We might visit Kenya and then go to Tanzania and Zanzibar, but definitely we'll come back to Ghana again.
So you are touring Africa, if I understand what you are saying.
Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
So you have heard them. Start planning to also come for your visit and for your first bath. Let's go to the storeroom.
So this is a list of nananum, that's chief dove blackened stews. So if they say a stew room, as a Ghanaian, you should know what it is. And if you don't know, let me know in the comment section. I'll make a video on that for you. And I'll educate you as to what that means.
It was all joy for the partakers of the first bath. So I would like to end the video here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, as I'll be bringing you more videos from this part of the world and from this part of Ghana. My name remains Fafa, and catch you in my next video.